Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com, and Crystal Love. How are you, Crystal Love?
I'm great.
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 She just got her hormone panel done. Did a saliva test, a urine test.
That's it.
Got all that data back. Had a consultation with Allie Miller. They went over it all yesterday. Mm-hmm. So that's what this video is going to be about. It's crystals, hormones, and we did a couple hormone videos about like her taking out the IUD and like the female hormones. That is not necessarily what this video is about. This is more just like hormones overall. Like adrenaline is a hormone, cortisol is a hormone. So give some foundation as to why this was even done. Like why were you motivated to get these tests done?
Well, first of all, we removed my IUD, and I did want to kind of see where my body was at for like having babies, and not that we're gonna try anytime soon, but this would be the time to fix anything that I had going on like wrong or just not optimal before we do decide to do that. So that was one reason. And then another reason, I think we've maybe talked about it, just like I just don't ever feel like super great, like super optimal just in my everyday living. Like, how would you explain that?
Zombie.
I am tired a lot. I kind of go in and out of I guess I don't like this word, but I guess it's like in and out of like a depression. I have pretty good anxiety. There's just a lot of mental, emotional kind of things that I've been dealing with, and exhaustion is the outcome of all of that. So I'm like always tired.
Yeah,
and a zombie.
Like a lot of people, especially when you I've had a lot of people that come to me and they say, hey, look, I've been doing keto for, X number of months, and I never really feel great. Like I don't have the energy that people talk about.
That was me.
Yeah, and
I never got that keto high. I never got that keto energy.
Yeah, and there's not necessarily like a specific peak energy, and like I never really experienced that so much, but I do have pretty consistently good energy, even on very little sleep. So if you're doing keto properly and everything's well formulated in that regard, and your electrolytes are balanced and everything's good, then you may have to dig a little bit deeper, and it may be beyond just the diet itself, maybe beyond the nutrition. It may be more hormone related. So
or micronutrient related.
Yeah.
You may not be, getting in some of those.
So let's dive into her results.
Okay, so what are you gonna go over first? Don't mind my fingers. Half of them are painted, half of them are not.
So we basically got these results back, and one was a urine test. This one was saliva.
So they're all going to be different. So these were like my neurotransmitters. Then there's my cortisol, and then there's my sex hormones. So I guess we can kind of go over the neurotransmitters. So there's serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, epinephrine, glutamine, GABA, glycine, histamine. There's a bunch of other things. And if you look at my sheet, literally all of them are on the low side except for epinephrine, which is not a good thing to be high, but it is high. And then creatinine, and there's one more that I don't even know how to pronounce, but it's fine. So all of my serotonin, my dopamine, glutamine, like the histamine, all of those are really low. And so pretty much, I guess my body has been using all of like my cortisol, my adrenaline, like all of that to give my body the energy that it needs, and I have kind of used it all up. And so pretty much the energy that I have, and I hope that I'm saying all of this correctly, but the energy that I do have, or that I've been using to get through my day-to-day, is epinephrine. So it's more of like this Adrenaline. You're not supposed to use your adrenaline all the time. It's supposed to happen in like a fight or flight situation, like a car accident, or something like that. Someone pulls a gun out. That's when you're supposed to be using it. But that's what I'm using on my day-to-day to kind of get through my day. And because that's high, it's actually using more of my serotonin and my dopamine. So that's continually going lower. So that was kind of like that whole neurotransmitter thing that kind of goes along with my cortisol, and that's pretty not good. If my cortisol was good, all that probably would be a little bit higher. My DHEA is really low, and all of those hormones are going to work with your DHEA. So, yeah, so pretty much I'm never really hitting a good cortisol level until the evening, and your cortisol level in the evening is supposed to prepare you for sleep. So I never have like a real high cortisol level. So any of that I'm using in the beginning of my workout or during my workout. So she kind of explained it to me like wringing out a dry sponge. So I'm already using everything I have. Then I'm trying to wring it out for my workout. And after that, I just have nothing. Like I have nothing dripping there. It's just completely bone dry for the rest of the day. So we're going to do a couple things to work with that and trying to get that up and running, but it really does answer like so many of the questions that I've had and like why I don't have energy like ever. I have pretty good days, and then I have really bad days, and then I just have like my normal, like I'm exhausted but it's fine. As far as like sex hormones and everything, those actually look really good. I was really happy about that because being on birth control for 11 years, just having removed my IUD, I was really nervous about what those would be. And my progesterone and my estrogen are both a little bit low, but it's not like a dangerous thing. It's not bad. So I was just told to eat more like higher estrogenic foods like flaxseed, like triple dairy, like yogurts, broccoli sprouts, like different things like that are actually naturally a little bit higher in the estrogen that I need.
Not a whole bunch of soybeans.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even entertain the idea of bringing soy into my diet. So that is pretty much that. I think the only other one on here is the DHEA, which is really low. So I'm going to have to do a lot to kind of get that back up and running. But yeah, everything looks pretty good as far as sex hormones go. So
you're going to supplement with that? You're going to supplement with the DHEA?
Yeah, there's a lot of different supplements that I'm going to be taking and just trying to like heal my body. So Calm and Clear has L-theanine in it. Also matcha has L-theanine in it. And that's something that I'm going to be using. And I can't remember exactly all the reasons for everything, but she gave me like this whole long paper on it all. So I need to do more research, but from the basic information that I have, I'm going to be taking the Calm and Clear. I'm going to change up my diet just a little bit. Totally keto. She said keto is probably the best thing for me. So I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to stick to under 20 grams of total carbs daily. I'm going to include a little bit more flax, so that's going to raise it a little bit. And then I'm going to have to reduce my caffeine. I have to reduce my caffeine, and I'm going to replace a little bit of that with the matcha. And so there's going to be some maca in it and a few other things that will be really beneficial. And then adrenal support and a DHEA pill. But I think that one is actually supposed to be a prescription. Some of these, and I'm saying this so that if people are like, oh, I have those same symptoms, that you don't just go out and get it. You do want to make sure that you're getting these from a really good source. And things like DHEA or like the adrenal support, you don't want to take those unless you need them. So don't go out and try and pick something up because you think it's just going to be awesome for you. You need to have testing done. Like if you overdo it, you're going to hurt your body as well. So
yeah, hormones is a pretty big balancing act. If you get anything like too high, it's just as bad as too low. Like you have to make sure you're on par with everything.
Yeah. So I think the Calm and Clear, I think that was an okay thing for anybody to take. I'm also going to be taking a B12 and then also a different thing for my gut. And all of this could actually kind of be intertwined with the things that have been going on with my gut. So I'm really curious about that to see how everything kind of progresses together. And yeah, so that's it. Just going to be changing a few things. Going to get a little bit more sleep. going to work on that. It's a little bit hard. Another thing that she told me was making sure that I have that relaxation time or that complete cutoff from my workout. Right now I go directly from my workout to talking with the employees in the morning. I have no break in between. So I actually need to do my workout, then do a bunch of like breathing exercises or like yoga, something like that for about 20 minutes, and then I can continue with the rest of my day. But I'm kind of just leading from like stressful situation to stressful situation back to back, and I'm not allowing for my body to ever really calm down. And then when you're sleeping, that's when your body is recovering. I'm constantly sore and I just feel achy. I think I mentioned before, like my hands and my feet like get achy to the point where I can't grab things very good. It hurts to walk. So getting a little bit more rest is going to help with all of that and recovery and, all of the things that go well with sleep. So we're going to work on that too.
Yeah, so this is kind of where we're at now with her issues. She's full of issues. This is where we are now.
Issues?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No, I just thought it'd be funny. Full of issues.
It's not funny.
Anyway, so yeah, this is what we're going right now. We're going to work on replacing or supplementing with those necessary, DHEAs, adrenal support, etc., etc. Make sure she's got her levels in check and see if that improves her overall day-to-day energy and just like outlook. Yeah, it's pretty much where we're at now. So we'll keep you updated.
I'm super excited about this. If you're curious about this test, it's actually on Allie Miller's website. I did the whole test through her. I did my follow-up consultation with her. We're going to meet again in May, and then I'm going to retake this test in September and kind of see what my levels are. So it's a, I don't even know the exact name of it, but it's a Neuro
basic profile.
Oh, is that what it says? Yeah, Neuro Basic Profile, but there's one specific for females and there's one specific for males. It's going to include all of this, but it's like that panel and then it's plus. So there's a little bit more to it. So if you're interested in that, I think her website is naturallynourished.com. And you can get these, I'm sure, on other people's sites as well, but I know she's awesome. I know she is going to use more food as medicine and a more natural way of doing it rather than a regular MD who's just going to throw medication at you. So
so shout out to Allie Miller for taking the time to meet with us and dive into this deeply.
Yep.
That's pretty much all the updates we have. A couple housekeeping updates. I apologize for the audio being all kinds of whack in the past couple videos. I'm playing around with the mic settings, with the camera settings, and nothing's really working right now. So I've gotten a few comments about how the audio is just terrible. I apologize. I'm working on it, I promise. We're using this mic right now, so this one actually should sound pretty decent. What other updates we got? I'm about to eat a keto brick, a mocha keto brick. By the way, there might be some mocha keto bricks restocked on the website if you're interested. That's pretty sly, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, Keto Bricks has flaxseed in it. I'm about to eat one to help my estrogen levels.
Yeah. Oh, and on that note, let's just dive into that for a second because it's relevant to this conversation. A lot of people are trying to be very anti-estrogenic with their foods, their plastic water bottles, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That is very, very good. With flax is interesting because of like flax and soy, those are the two that have very high estrogenic levels. But the estrogen, I'm totally going to butcher this. Allie Miller dove deeper into this because I've been curious about how the flax in the bricks would affect people that are trying to avoid estrogen. Mm-hmm. And it's got a very favorable effect because it mimics your body's natural estrogen receptors so closely that if you're in a surplus of estrogen, it actually blocks the receptors so that it can't bind in surplus. And that's probably not it exactly, but that's close. So basically it has a favorable effect from an estrogenic standpoint, whether you're trying to increase your estrogen or decrease your estrogen. So don't be afraid of flax in that regard. Mm-hmm. It's the flax, like the processed soybeans you want to avoid, and like the phytoestrogens, the artificial estrogens, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got there. Yep. So we'll keep you updated and we'll talk soon. Toodaloo.